Welcome back. You're watching Breakfast at Dawn. TiEcon 2009 starts tomorrow in Karachi. It's a one-day conference. The purpose of the event is to motivate new entrepreneurs and to mentor young people. Successful entrepreneurs share their stories and hold sessions on pitching, bootstrapping, and raising finance. The attendees are usually students, young people with aspirations, basically the future of Pakistan. TiE was started in the Silicon Valley by people from South Asia, and it is now a huge network. Sabeen, Mahmud, and Adil Moosajee are a couple of those people, successful entrepreneurs and mentors. They're with me now live in our Karachi studio. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast at Dawn. So great to have you here.
Where's the breakfast?
Yeah, we'll get these fake apples. Eat them and die. But do tell us, Sabeen, I'll ask you first, what exactly is TiE all about?
Well, you spoke a little bit about it. It was founded in 1992 in Silicon Valley by successful entrepreneurs and business people with roots in the Indus region. Essentially, these were Indians and Pakistanis who'd done something with their lives. They'd achieved success and they wanted to give back to the community. Essentially, it started off primarily with people in the tech sector, and people who decided that they'd achieved something and they wanted to spend time mentoring aspiring entrepreneurs, share their knowledge and give back. So that's how it started. And it's now grown to have 53 chapters in 12 countries.
Well, that's really quite amazing, actually, that it was Indians and Pakistanis who came together.
Right.
More Indians, but definitely some amazing Pakistanis too.
Okay, and Adil, what is your contribution to this?
Well, I've recently joined, and the idea is that obviously, with my experience of setting up my business, all the mistakes I've made, let alone the good things, there is so much to contribute. The thing is that when we started off Eco, there were so many hurdles, and we were looking at solving these problems where the traditional methods used by big businesses wasn't working. So we tried all these different things on how to produce, motivate, quality control, human resource for small businesses. And since I've done this the hard way, I can show a lot of people what not to do, and maybe a little of what to do.
Exactly, and the idea is essentially, rather than having people come in and people in suits giving lectures, we wanted to bring in, for this conference that's starting tomorrow, we wanted to bring in people who've actually done it. That the theme of the conference is make it real. And someone like Adil and a whole bunch of other people have actually gone out and done their own thing. They shunned traditional methods. They didn't join banks and multinational corporations. They said, look, we've got an exciting idea, we're passionate about something, and they went out and did it, and that can be so inspiring to young people. And we don't really celebrate or really even talk about failure in Pakistan. And people who can come out there and tell you, well, look, this is what I did wrong, this is my story. We think it can be very helpful and inspiring to people who are thinking about doing something or already doing something but need a little guidance and support along the way.
That's so true. People in Pakistan don't talk about the mistakes that they've made, which is why it was so remarkable when you said it.
In fact, those people who sort of get it right the first time, I mean, I'm sure they've planned it out like so many people do, but it's usually luck, you know, to a great extent. Yeah. Those who failed 2 times and then succeeded, really know what are the ins and outs and what not to do and what to do, and they are the other ones who can contribute more. I think.
And what kind of a turnout are you expecting?
Well, last year we had 450 people, and this is really a grassroots advocacy effort, because Pakistan mein, you know, entrepreneurship is not, you don't see a lot of it happening, because perhaps you know, we're a bit risk averse. Access to capital is a big issue. And it's just so much easier. There's cultural pressure as well from parents and relatives who feel that student, you know, when you graduate, you should go join an established company. You have to make a name for yourself, and the bigger the brand of the corporation, the better it is, because what will the family members think if you don't, you know, if you go and start your own thing, and what if it doesn't work? So there's a lot of pressure, and those few people who decide to go out there and do something face a lot of challenges. So essentially, this is an effort to you know, inspire. And last year we had 450 people.
Okay.
And this year, let's see what happens. You know, even if 200 people come,
that's fine.
And you know, the lineup that we've got is so we're starting off with this segment called Tales from the Trenches. So it's you know, people who've been through the school of hard knocks, people like Adil.
Okay.
And we've looked at a number of sectors. So we've got someone from technology, Jawad Fareed, who's also written a book on failure. So we've got him. We've got Samira Raja from Canvas Gallery, who's also gone through her share of trials and tribulations. We've got the guy, the founder of Student Biryani.
Oh, wow.
My favorite.
Yeah,
It is such a fabulous success story, and we don't.
Amazing.
We've seen it.
Yes.
We've grown up seeing Student Biryani go from a coca. to
a conglomerate, practically.
So I'm very excited to hear his story.
Right.
And then we've got a debate, which is fashioned on the Doha debate style format, where we've got two people on each side arguing, where the motion is that, you know, conventional wisdom isn't really needed in today's world. So, you know, with Twitter and Facebook and social networking and the passion that young people have, do you really need to rely on age-old wisdom and tradition to get somewhere?
Couldn't
so
agree
it's a
more.
Contentious topic, and obviously nothing is black and white, but it should be a fun debate. And then we've got TiE-Charisma coming in to perform, because they also have a story. They're musicians who've actually chosen to focus on music as a career and a profession. So they'll talk for 10 minutes and then they'll perform.
Oh, how great. Well, Sabeen, I'm going to ask you to talk about that in just a moment. Do stay with us. This is Breakfast at Dawn. We're going to come back and chat some more. Welcome back. You're watching Breakfast at Dawn. Adil, Moosajee, Sabeen, Mahmud. We're talking about TiEcon 2009. Okay, so I have a message here from Jahan, who is saying one of the speakers is Jawad Fareed, who is the author of the book Reboot, a book about entrepreneurial failure. That's something that you were already talking about as well. And but you don't think that kids, actually I'll ask you this one, Adil, you don't think that young people who are aspiring to create their own mark would be discouraged by stories such as that? They would in fact be encouraged, do you believe?
Well, I think